Today's question reads, being single for 10 years, and I'm in my early 30s, how do I know God included marriage in my plan? Well, many are the plans of a man, but God's will prevails. How do we know? Because we have the assurance of being able to approach God and ask Him all these types of questions. There's many stories in the Word where God revealed His will and His plan for a person's life to them. Now, this comes down to knowing what God said versus what God is saying. God can say that you're going to be married. That might not be tomorrow. That might not be the next year or two. So once He speaks a word to your heart, just because it doesn't happen immediately doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. Let's take Abraham and Sarah as an example of that. You are going to be the father of many nations, and yet it took a lifetime, or so it seemed, for that to come to pass. So just because you're wondering, when is this going to happen, doesn't mean that God hasn't intended it for your life. So the first thing I will say is, ask God directly, is marriage a part of your plan for my life? Wait before Him. Don't allow your emotions to rule what you think you heard Him say. Really listen in the Spirit and receive His promise and harbor it in your heart like Mary until it comes to pass. When you have a promise for God for marriage, then you work on yourself and become that gift that you're intended to be before the thing happens. Be prepared to be a wife. Be prepared to be a husband. Success happens when opportunity meets preparation. So make sure that your life is in alignment and that you're ready for the thing you've asked God for. A lot of times we ask Him for things that we're not ready to receive and don't have the capacity to maintain. So if He's promised you marriage, then prepare yourself for that by becoming a whole person. You see, it's when two whole people come together that you have a whole and healthy relationship. Don't sit around waiting for someone to come and make your life happen or your world happen or to be your joy factor. None of those things are right preparation for marriage. So as you wait, become a whole person that is truly a gift to the one that God presents you to. Hey, if I've managed to bless you today, why not subscribe and share this with someone else? Someone else needs to be blessed. Don't forget to follow me on my other platforms as well, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. See you there.